Hey, Sean.
Hi, Ray. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I got an ad the other day on Instagram that how it recommends ads, and they're
Yes, I'm listening.
who
Well, this is my I give advice guy.
Sean was just sitting there, and then this intellectual just sat down when you.
I wanted to take in your scenario and give you
wow.
the best answer possible.
Well, anyways, Sean wearing glasses. The thing that was recommended to me is these hats that are out that are specifically for men with big heads. And I was.
Hey, that's me. I probably got the ad, but maybe I didn't notice it. But
It was. Do you know two of the people? It was one of those like ads that wouldn't be on. They're like purely for social media, like the videos, and it had Bert Kreischer on it because I guess he hawks these hats, and so does Dan Soder. And they're like, and it like recommended it to me, and I'm hoping it recommended it to me because like I follow a lot of comedians, and I post comedy stuff.
I
thought that would be the case. He takes off the glasses to be mean to me now.
Well, this is not as endearing, Sean, as a friend. Do you really think that's what it was?
I have a big head. It's one of the reasons why.
So do I. I have a gigantic
It'll be
head.
tough if I get really thin, which I don't think I have to worry about. But
no, I think your head shrinks because when I lost weight and I gained some of it back, let's be honest, but my head got skinnier.
Your head gets
it's not as
skinnier.
bloated. Here's the thing. I had the same exact problem. How about this? It probably was also because of Bert and
yeah,
because one thing I really might buy is the Pillow Cube, and Robert Kelly was in a commercial for the Pillow Cube, and I'm almost guaranteeing that's why I came up with my
What's
feet.
the Pillow Cube?
It's a cube, square shaped pillow that's supposed to be good for side sleepers because it like fills in the gap in between your neck.
Whoa!
I know, I want to get it, but it's not cheap. It's like $100-something for the big one, the regular size.
Norman was just hawking something I would like to buy, but it's kind of expensive.
What was it?
Sheath underwear.
Sheath underwear. What's that?
It's
Is it like for Jewish people? Like the sheet? The sheet? They fuck through the sheet?
Don't.
What? I thought that was a real thing.
We're not doing that. We're not bringing the racism back to the podcast. The anti-Semitism.
So what's it back to the podcast?
Yeah, well, we remember when you went on your rant.
What rant was that?
About how much you'd love Schindler's List. And if you would have made it, it would have been a little different.
Yeah.
About how you hated the end of Inglourious Bastards.
That'd be a hot thing. It was a great movie, but at the end, like,
what were they doing at the end?
Why did Christoph Waltz like the hero? Why'd they fuck with him? Like,
but
yeah,
sheath underwear. What they do is it's underwear, and there's pouches to separate your balls and wiener.
Now I gotta be honest. Considering I think that only works if you're in really good shape, and I mean this for myself. Because
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say if I had it, packaging that stuff up, it slightly moves. I don't know. I just think it'd be. I don't think they can nail the science of it completely. Because it's one of these things where it's like, I don't know, man. How many times does your boxers ride up on you and all this kind of stuff? So I would have to test them out.
They're expensive. They're like $30 a pair. I have
Yeah,
to show
30,
you them. It
that's a
looks
lot.
like there's like a little wiener hole, and then a ball pouch.
Is the purse for the balls?
Yeah, ball purse.
Well, I will say,
But that's a problem. That like I'm a bigger guy. I have thick thighs, and I have balls swinging around down there. So during the summer months, those fucking bad boys are getting slapped around all day, and it's
you're like if you keep them in place, they might be better.
it might be more comfortable.
I would check them out. That's I bet you that company because it's always so expensive because it's so niche. And I watch a lot of Shark Tank, so I kind of know about business.
Yeah.
And
That's a weird one to go on Shark Tank with.
but
Yeah.
they probably would have it on
Hey,
there.
Mark Cuban, you want to pop your wiener in these?
But I guarantee you they would tell them it's something somebody would buy once, but it's so expensive they probably wouldn't follow up. They'd be like, my boxer briefs are fine. Because they have these ones that I get at the Gap. They're almost made of this like different material than the normal boxer briefs. And I get them, and I'm like, and those actually, I get the 3-inch ones, like the 3-inch length ones. And not 3-inch penis length, you fucking sicko. And the way it's made is that it kind of does, it's form fitting enough. Where like these are fine, and they're probably who knows $10, $9 or $8.
I try to try them. I want to see how it feels.
I used to wear like paper. I used to wear just got the cheapest under boxers I could get, and it was like Well, Pillow Cube I want to get. Pillow Cube like helps with snoring apparently, but it's also expensive.
This is a good little game. I think we've discussed this before. You just turned 45 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you are it's not like a 40 or a 30 or like a 50, like one of those big ages, but like what is something that when you turned, like, is there anything that when you turned a certain age you were like, I got to be done with that? Because I'll tell you mine while you're thinking.
Okay.
When I turned 30, I started throwing away underwear and socks with holes in them.
That's a good one.
I was like, you know what? I have pairs of underwear that aren't even doing the job anyways from an elastic standpoint and from a coverage standpoint.
Yeah, I think most people would have done that when they stopped being a hobo. So.
That's not I would yeah. And hey, I've also had buddies that I've seen walking around their houses, buddies that have like really good jobs, homes that they own, wives, and they're walking around in a pair of socks where their big toes fucking sticking out the sock.
I don't know how long I've been like this. The minute I have a hole, I chuck it immediately. So I've already done that for a long time. I think I probably would have flipped, turned the sock around back when I was younger. So 30, I think, is definitely a great time to do that.
Even with drawers.
Yeah.
Even if you had like just a couple little taint holes.
Oh yeah, a lot of the time with the boxer briefs, the around the elastic, because you pulling them and yanking on them and washing them too much, they start separating, and I chuck those immediately.
Wow, good on you.
I also now I had a pair of jeans that have a hole in them, and even though that's a kind of a look, not for Donnelly, getting rid of them.
What was it in the middle?
It's in the middle of the knee. It's like the knee.
Oh, it's not like in the crotch.
No, it's not like a cool like Luke Perry pair of jeans from 90210.
He had crotchless jeans? Luke Perry? Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Ah, poor bastard. I can't.
But no, I'm trying to think of what
Perry.
mine would be as far as getting rid of. I don't know. I just know. I think I do feel myself which is what the podcast is about. Is even in the past, right before this birthday, not giving as much of a fuck about stuff, not shaking things off, almost I was not invited to a wedding recently, and I know I've always said this,
Yeah.
but I think I was lying before. But I used to be like, I don't care, I don't want to go to weddings, and I think I was saying that as a defense thing, just in case I didn't get invited to a wedding. I honestly really don't give a shit anymore if you invite me to your wedding.
I don't care when I'm not invited anywhere.
Yeah.
If somebody says that they didn't invite me, I'm like, I sometimes do it as a bit, just to goof, but I truly don't care.
I don't give a shit. And then on top of that, I'm trying to think of another thing I'm done
something
with.
you gave. I mean,
Gave up.
After I turned 20, I gave up rum.
Why that? Why rum?
That's not really an age thing as much of have drank too many half gallons of
rum.
Admiral Nelson, like that spiced rum, like I
was like Captain Morgan's illegitimate brother.
Yeah. like I'll see every once in a while I'll be at a bar in this day and age, in the day and age of, calorie counting and knowing that carbs are the enemy, you'll see somebody go up to a bar and order a fucking Captain and Coke. I'm like, you are a fucking psychopath.
Why? Because it's just...
Are people still drinking fucking cranberry vodkas?
Oh, you mean sugary
adults?
Drinks?
These sugary fucking hangover-inducing ass
That's a good one. I gotta have one of those
beverages.
I'm done with Fireball. When Fireball came out...
I'll still tear down a Fireball shot here and
the
there.
same thing.
Nah.
You're out of your mind. You just wanted to rant about sugary drinks. It's half sugar. You ever hear the Fireball controversy?
But it's just a whoop.
Yeah, but it's still
Just
a
shot.
lot of sugar.
I'm not sitting there chilling on a Yeah, but it
tastes delicious. Or the peanut butter whiskey.
The peanut butter whiskey is to die for. I've been fucking. That's been like kind of the. I think that's the new in shot. It's the new like cool shot.
What? Oh, peanut
because
butter
there's
whiskey?
always a cool shot or like a fun shot or like a popular shot. Like
Pickleback was one of them, and also if you're a guy who does picklebacks, you have to come on.
You've taken a couple pickles around the back. If you know what I mean. If you're right, like you're.
Well,
is that
yeah,
what we're saying?
I just mean like just drink the whiskey. Pickleback is just for somebody. It's like
I think it's
just drink the whiskey. Or
No,
drink
I think it's
Fireball.
I think it's okay to be gay.
It's totally okay to be gay.
Oh, I didn't know what you're
That's not what I
saying.
meant. You're the one who said pickles in
Oh.
the back.
I
just meant be a good guy and take your whiskey like an adult.
yeah.
I meant you're like a baby. If you, I didn't mean.
Well,
and it wasn't homophobic. Like
I
you
also think
are. We know your feelings on gay people.
I think
Like you go on those. You talk about anti-Semitic.
you eat at Chick-fil-A weekly, and I never been there. The thing is that there's always that in shot though. Like there. Remember when it was like SoCo Lime?
Yeah.
There was Jaeger bombs were big for a while. Vegas bombs.
Yeah. And then even somebody was like, "Oh, the Irish car bombs," which they changed the name because people. That's the one thing that Irish people actually got insulted by.
Wait, what are they called now?
I don't know. I forget, but I know that. I've heard of a couple of stories of people have been like somebody got insulted at a bar when an Irish bartender when you call it Irish car bomb.
I love them.
They're great. I haven't done one of those in forever.
I do one every St. Patrick's Day.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Unless
Unless I'm on keto.
you just made me miss Guinness even more than I already did so much. I love Guinness. Anyway, but when it comes to the whiskeys, like the Fireball one, that's just really fucking sugary. But did you know about the controversy with Fireball?
No.
They got sued. You ever go to a convenience store in New York and you see them in the case and they're the little tiny ones? That's not whiskey. They don't have liquor. I always wondered. Actually, I didn't wonder it, but it makes sense now. They don't have a liquor license. They just have beer and probably can sell wine in there if they wanted to, right? So, but Fireball didn't say that. It's malt. It's malt beverage. It's malt whatever.
Oh.
But then they put the Fireball taste to it, but they make you think that it's whiskey. And they got sued for it. And I don't know what happened. But
That's bullshit, though.
It is bullshit.
It's what do they put in some type of like sugar alcohol or like?
I think almost like what they do with White Claw and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. But so I'm kind of done with like sugary drinks. I wish I was done with sugar completely, but I'm not.
I know a lot of
I'm
people
an addict.
get to a certain age and swear off shots. Which I probably should have.
I probably should have done that.
I tried to do that. There was like I got on my fucking high horse self-righteous bullshit one time, and I was like, you know what? I turned fucking 24. Can't do shots anymore. It's like, what? And then somebody was like, hey, did you want a shot? Nah, remember I'm not doing shots. They're like, well, we're all doing one. Nah, all right.
So just asked you twice.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
I'm buying.
All right. I'm not buying any shots myself.
I don't want to turn down your hospitality. Yeah.
I won't use my own money for shots. If you want to buy me shots, that's fine.
Yeah.
But so besides that, I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I think I'm done with. Actually, I can't say this because how about this? No more graphic tees on the front.
You are fine with it on the back with a little insignia on the titty.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I want to go for. I haven't done it. I have graphic tees that I still have. I should have a new wardrobe.
I need
adult clothes.
I gotta get new clothes.
Yeah.
I need a whole new look.
You ever what is one? I'm wearing a pair of sweatpants right now that I don't wear often because it's it's like the worst color in the world for me.
I am wearing a pair of gym shorts. I have another pair in a different color. I've had these gym shorts for 16 years. I just did the math. So there wasn't a delay in the tape. 16 years.
Wow.
I've had these. And now they got like a bunch of little holes in them places, but they're still the most comfortable gym shorts. They don't make them like these anymore. They don't. Nike. You make them too thin now, and they're it's not made with the strong materials to be worn on a plus size man for 16 years. These have been through me playing football in them. These have been through multiple hundreds of washes.
You should check for new gym shorts. Lane Bryant.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. That's really funny. Women's gym shorts at Lane Bryant. They don't sell gym shorts. But you know what they do?
You said plus size.
Hey. You know what they do?
What?
What they do is they promote body positivity. Maybe you should look at some of their advertisements. Maybe you could get some inspiration and motivation to have a little body positivity in your own life.
You're the one who just said plus size.
I did. Plus size is the nice thing to say. And then you're calling me a fat woman. You call me a goddamn fat woman. Goddamn bitch. I've been very insecure lately about my weight. I haven't. You know what I have been putting on? I have been eating stress eating a little more ever since my dad died recently. So it's probably something to do with that.
You can't pull the dead dad card.
Eating my feel. I get fucking like 3 more months of it, dude.
You're right. It's still.
I get a full year.
It's like a wedding gift.
Yeah, I get a full year with him being dead, and then after that, you're like, come on, dude,
come on.
It was 2022. Yeah. Kidding me?
But I think that I wish I could dress more like an adult, but I really put it this way. I bought.
What do you mean graphic tees? Like right now you have on this like thing that says North Face across the breasts.
Yeah, this is. I was talking about Lane Bryant.
Dude, I didn't mean to say breast is fucked up. Breast is a fucked up.
Breast is yeah.
But is that considered a graphic tee? Is that what you're saying? I don't think.
Yeah, I think you can throw this in there.
Really? When I think graphic tee, I think like.
And I think you think like drawings on
like
it.
Like a Captain America shirt.
Yes. Like when you like remember when they were like really cool graphic tees, and then Old Navy was like, okay, here's every graphic tee ever.
Yeah, see, that's what made it lame.
All of them do. That is what made it lame.
I have a hot take about Hawaiian shirts.
What made it lame?
They used to be cool. They're not cool anymore. Because now
I had a couple and I don't wear them anymore purposely.
Because now everybody like sells them. Like they're part of like the new like line of clothing at like your Gap, Old Navy, and they're like selling them for like $40 for this. It was cooler.
A cheap $15 shirt.
Yeah,
you're right. Because I used to get those.
You rock.
I think we used to go like Burlington Coat Factory and get like these cheap Hawaiian shirts.
That's what me and my buddy did when we went on his bachelor party.
Yeah,
me and him got these like funny like Tony Soprano looking Hawaiian shirts, and it was like a bit. And I think we got them for like $9 a piece. Wouldn't
you love to dress like Tony Soprano all the time?
Oh, dude,
those weird bowling, like the stripe down the middle shirts and like the button downs, and like you just look like a complete wop every day.
He dresses for comfort though.
He dresses for comfort, but it's also like my dad didn't dress that way, but it's like that same type of time. It was like the 90s. Dudes that are my age now dress like that, like the East Coast Italians, and some of them, and it wasn't just a mafioso thing. Like a lot of people in Long Island wear those kind of clothes.
Yeah, but I would
and
like
there's a gaudy way to do it, but then you also saw like people. Yeah, it was like a relaxed fit. I would like to do the Tony Soprano look, like wear a bowling shirt. But if I did, people would just think that I'm a bowler. Same here. They'd be like, we're walking around like, oh, they probably think we're mobsters. And somebody was like, oh, what's the fucking PGA tour in town? Or PBA tour. PBA. Fucking son of a bitch. Dude, I one time, years ago, I was at the Cellar, and I love those rugby shirts. Like, I love rugby shirts. And they still kind of work, and they kind of came back, and some of them are really cool. Yeah, I used to love them too, but I don't think they hold up. Well, it's like they don't, and I have a couple of them that I purposely got from the Levi's store that I love, but I put them on. One time I went in, and it was a red and black rugby shirt, and it was like Norton and like Robert, like all these like older comics. I just started working in the Cellar. They're like, what the fuck is that? And I just made fun of me for a hat, and I never wore it. I walked in, I just took the abuse for a half hour about my rugby shirt. So, yeah. There's nothing worse than when you wear you put a shirt on that's kind of like risky. You know it's a risk. Yes. But you're like, man, I really like this, and this could be I could end up being rugby shirt guy. Yeah. This could be my new thing. And then you walk out, and you're like,
all right, here we go. Here's the moment of truth. And right when you walk in and the person's like, "The fuck are you wearing?" You're like, God.
Well, they have
Damn
a great reference for it, and you're like, I'm never living this down.
Yeah.
That was me with the opposite, which was flannels. I used to wear tons of flannels because it's great thing to wear. Covers you up. They're always loose.
Yeah.
Especially when I was bigger. I'm still chubby. I can still wear them now. I stopped because multiple times other comics were like, "I'm showing you like the flannel guy. You're the flannel guy."
Oh, I don't ever want to be the guy.
I don't want to be the guy.
I want to be the like. Yeah, you don't want to be the.
I want to be. One time, I had Norman, who was our guest a couple weeks ago. I did have him say you're like low key a good dresser, which I'm not, but I was a cool thing to hear. Nobody
said
ever
that to
said
you?
that in my history of my life. Yeah, I had on actually it was a while where I was doing. I actually should get more of it. I had these like khakis and I had these Clarks and I had a sweatshirt on. It actually looked good, and I was like, "This is a good." It was like a sweater. I was like, it actually did look kind of the coolest I looked in a long time. But normally I look like a shit show.
Nothing kills your confidence more than being uncomfortable in what you're wearing somewhere and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like if you have on like for me it would be like if I have on a shirt that's a little too tight, or if I
Same
have
here.
there's
It's also
nothing
like to everybody else it fits, but if it feels tight to you, you're like, I can't. I gotta go.
There's nothing worse than when you put a shirt on, you're looking in the bathroom mirror, and you're like, oh, this looks good, and then you're out and you're at a place and you walk and catch the side view of you in that shirt, and you're like, Jesus Christ!
Yes,
I got to
100%.
turn back around, or I
Yes.
got to fucking, or I'm gonna have to walk with my shoulders crunched down.
I've been out for the day, and I know I'm not going back, and I full on get. It's like I've gotten like a tiny stain on a shirt, and I've gone and I went to the Gap once and it was like I had just gotten the shirt recently and went and bought the same exact shirt.
Yeah.
I'll just do it. I have a thing about stains. I just think the littlest stain I think people can just see, but it also shows you I don't care as much because of my girlfriend's son. I bought him a smoothie one day and I was putting the straw in. I got smoothie all over the sweatshirt that I love. And then Megan, my girlfriend, was like, I'll get it out for you. And then she didn't because it was like this pink stain on a gray sweatshirt. But when I'm bumming around, I wore that sweatshirt the other day. And it's not dark, but it's like noticeable. And I was like, I don't care.
That's bumming around.
That's bumming around. But normally, even bumming around, I still wouldn't have worn a stained anything.
I remember one of the most uncomfortable I ever was is I had to go to a friend's, I think it was a friend's parents' funeral.
Ooh.
And I go there and I wasn't able to get like my regular dress clothes. So I go to my mom's house and I just had to like raid my old shit. And I was wearing like mismatched fucking like a suit jacket that was like way too big from when I was a little bit heavier.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was like black, and then I wore these like beige pants that like were too long and like went over the shoes, and I looked like just a slob.
You look like, remember the milk commercial where the guy, what was the milk commercial? The guy shrinks and he's still in the same clothes. Like, you look like a switcheroo movie.
Yeah, I look like
you were Tom Hanks in Big when he has that.
I look like I'm most likely standing on another kid's shoulders,
trying to get into the movie.
Yeah.
You okay?
No, I am not okay. Yeah, let me get a sip of your water. Yeah. These allergies, or it's either the GERD.
It's both. I get the same thing. The tickle in the throat.
Yeah, it's bad. It's brutal. I've been getting it a lot. Like right when I go outside, I breathe in and there's all those little white things in the fucking air.
Yeah.
That's now a new that's more embarrassing.
Is
now
that what
than
those are?
clothes.
Is that straight up pollen, those white things that float around?
That's what I say, but that's probably made up.
Do you know sometimes I get like
It's God's dandruff.
Do you know I'm convinced that those things are alive sometimes? They move weird. Now I'm getting your tickle in the throat.
You are?
That might be a sign to end the podcast.
Yeah, we can wrap it up in a minute.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, dude, I'm full on no stains, and you know me. You're in my apartment now. It's so messy. I also wish that. Like I think I'm going on a trip. When I come back, I'm gonna have like an adult. I'm gonna be an adult as far as like cleaning up goes and stuff. Because I was good for a while, but then like I've gotten sidetracked. I'm not here as much. That I want to do where I'm like everything's in its place. I want to Marie Kondo it up. If you know what that means.
no, I don't.
She was like a minimalist, but I wouldn't. Now they call it like Swedish.
You
death
are a
cleaning.
minimalist.
What?
You are a minimalist.
Well, that's just because, kind of. There's not much stuff here.
You have a lot of times after a show, you'll tell a joke and somebody will come up to you after the show and go, "Hey, that thing about the blah, 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 is that true? Is that real?" You know, have you had that where they're like, "Hey, did you really do this?"
Yeah, I've had it, yeah.
So you have a joke where you say that if when you're single or you're living by yourself, you live like an assassin.
Yeah.
That's true. You do live like an assassin.
Yeah.
It's very minimal stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You have the definition of the Robert De Niro in Heat, where if you feel the heat coming around the corner, you could just put all the stuff that you need in a bag. Maybe put that TV that you have behind you right now under your arm, and you're out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. I realize this. Like, if I move into my girlfriend's, I have my plant and my TV. The bed I'm not taking. Like, it's like, literally that's it. Besides clothes. And then some other little stuff. But, like, a lot of this would just get chucked. And you're right. I just start somewhere new. Different borough. Different name.
That's how my dad was. My brother was making fun of his apartment when we went in there to clean up because he's very neat. He was very neat and clean.
Really?
My father was extremely neat and clean.
Interesting.
But didn't have much.
You're such
stuff.
like a go by the seat of his pants kind of guy, and
But he's
like that.
Very particular about like how he likes his
type
stuff
A,
being clean.
right, yeah.
But on his walls, it's like pretty bare, except there's like pictures of like from the beach that he had blown up that he took. So it's like these two blurry like beach pictures. A Margaritaville. It's
just like it's not artistic. It's just he's a bad photographer.
Yeah.
Like it's not a blurry on purpose. It's just
like 3 like bad pictures of like his sons and him, and then like a really nice TV, and then really nothing else.
Yeah.
And maybe like tools, like a couple loose tools.
I actually don't mind that, but I just, me, I'm just not tidy. But I was, before I started going to my girlfriend's as much, I was more cleaner around here than I was. I would clean the bathroom. And then I just fucking gave up I was dead. It looks like somebody died in the apartment.
Well, his fridge was not like your fridge, which probably still has the half drinking fucking
It might have
Snapples.
a couple, but not as many as you saw that time.
That pissed me off more than anything.
Bunch of wounded soldiers in that.
You knew what was going to happen when I started that. I said, Sean, I went in your fridge, and you were like, yeah, okay, what'd you find? But
well, that was the start of me with the less sugar thing. I explained that, where I was taking sips, and then I had the same order.
But why are you saving them?
Because
as a monument to your weight loss?
No, because I think it's like a gluttonous thing where I would be like, well, I want the new fresh Snapple, so I'll just save it. So every time it was almost like Groundhog Day, where I'm like, I'll just save it. I'll just save it.
For those of you that are newer to the podcast, I went into Sean's fridge one time when I came over here, and he had about 8 to 14 bottles of Snapple that had maybe 4 sips out of each of them just sitting in the fridge. It looked like the fridge of one of the people who got murdered in the movie Seven. When they're like looking around and like see what's in there. Like it looked like something bad happened, and I confronted him about it, and he was like, "Hey, yeah, that's just they're wounded soldiers. I only take a couple sips because I'm trying not to get too much sugar."
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand why you save them.
It's not me saving them. It's me going, I just was spending the money on a new one because that was the express order on my Seamless, and I was getting the same thing day after day. So Snapple, it was $2, would just come with it.
It's like a trophy to wasted money.
Yeah, it was like
a bunch of little.
You could add them up and be like, you wasted, cut them in half. You wasted that much money.
My dad's fridge would have like 3 water bottles in it, 2 cans of beer, and then like a burger on a plate with saran wrap around it, and that would be it.
If you go on mine now, it's like pasta that shouldn't be there anymore, and like another food thing that's just should have been chucked a while ago.
My mom's fridge always like fully stocked with stuff.
Yeah, believe me, when you live with a woman, it's like more of a home.
That's nice.
That's why it was great.
Yeah.
Believe me, I miss it, but what are you gonna do?
I gotta move back in with my mom.
Yeah, you should. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Let's
get on out of here. This was fun.
Where can they see you, Ray? They're going to see you in your comedic stylings online in the digital world. Not meta per se, but the digital world.
Not meta, but you can catch me at Ray B. Killenham on all social media. That's where I'm posting clips of my stand-up, clips of my shows, and also clips of the Brand New Jerks podcast, where they'll usually be collaborated with one of our amazing guests that we have coming down the pipeline, and they'll be collaborated with the one and only Sean Donnelly, Shawnee Time.
At Shawnee Time online, and you can see me on the road at some point. If you look at my social media, you can find it.
And actually, in August, you're going to be headlining at Governor's.
I am. If you're in Long Island, I'm going to be at Governor's.
The Prodigal Son Returns.
Yes, 25th and 26th. I think it's 3 shows, 2 Saturday, 1 Friday. Please come out.
So
tell your
come
friends.
on out. That bad boy's going to sell fast, and so get your tickets right now and see the comedic stylings of Sean Donnelly, and you can go to our YouTube right now. After listening to this, or if you're watching it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Comment something that you liked on the episode. Comment something that you didn't like and at me, and I'll fucking burn you, dog. And make sure to share it with your friends. We're posting shorts all the time, a couple every week. We're on TikTok at Brand New Jerks Pod, even though that's just fucking China using that as a resource to infiltrate our government and control all of our elections. But we still got to go on there and post little silly videos, hoping that we can get famous that way. Bye.
Bye, guys.